Hello, and welcome to the box room. I have finally moved this Amiga 2000 over onto this table, and this is a beastly machine. It has in it, let me see if I can turn this a little bit. Oh, things are trying to follow me. It has in it an accelerator, and I think it's a 68030 accelerator, which is actually a two-level board, which is here. It also has in it a hard drive and the associated controller card and a RAM card, it would seem. And then, of course, one floppy. It doesn't have any, it didn't have a bridge card. It has the power supply, but the power supply has all kinds of things to plug in. All kinds of things. And I'm looking at the RAM card, and I believe it is fully populated. I believe. So, I have this cable connected to this monitor. So I think, possibly, it will work. Now, which is which? I am not sure. I'm going to guess that I have the red as the video. And I'm going to plug this into the back. And it really is, I mean, I don't know why they didn't put the color video onto this thing, because this really is a pain to have it, you know, nice, everything dandy, wonderful, glorious, and then have this thing sticking at the back. It is. Now, what else do I need? I need a power cable. What's this? Is this a power cable that would be of help to me? It does look to be. Remember, I keep power cables and such on the door here. Alright. So we'll plug that in. And now, it's not that I don't have plugs available to me. They're just kind of almost out of reach. So the power supply is off. Get up here and get this jammed in. Okay, so that's jammed in. I'll turn on the monitor. Let it warm up, as these things tend to need a little time at times. I gotta look in here for a second. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm pretty sure the battery has been removed from this. I think. Oh, I can't do this. I don't think this thing's sticking out the back. It's time to turn it on. And here things come to life. Now, the other thing is, I have to flip a switch here. If this is actually doing its thing, I think this could be it. It usually takes a little wee bit for things to get up and cranked up. Okay, Amiga workbench. Okay, so I know I've got the thing plugged in, right? It is kind of surprising that the hard drive didn't take care of this. So I'm going to turn this off, let things sort of wind themselves down, and try that again. I seem to remember that maybe this machine did take a little time. Remember, it also hasn't been on for maybe a year. Maybe not a year. The other thing maybe that I might do, if it doesn't come up and boot off the hard drive, is let it sit a bit. Okay, workbench. Alright, I'm going to turn it off. And this keyboard over here, which is somewhat deficient, as it is missing keycaps. I'm going to reach around the front and plug it in. All right, and then I will turn this on again. And it may be that what I need to do is let this sit for a spell as it gathers itself. It does sound like the hard drive is spinning. I really don't like having to smack them. But I will. Okay, that didn't do it. I'm going to hit Control Amiga, which will force it to reboot. Kind of like Control Alt Delete in the IBM world. You know, it's very hard to hear if a hard drive is spinning with the fan from the power supply doing its thing. So is it working? I don't know. Okay, not so far. Alright, I'm going to try something. I don't like doing it, but I will try it. I'm going to take these pliers. I'm going to tap on the side of the hard drive. And then I'm going to do that again. There is this thing called sticktion, where it's not that the hard drives don't work, it's just after sitting for a while. I just don't like starting up. And you can sometimes hear things. And also there's a light here that talks about her. Okay. It's flashing like it's trying. But no. Alright, I'm going to do this again. And I will reboot. And see this light here, I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can see the light here. It should flash and do wonderful things if things are working. It should. Uh-huh. Alright, so now it's coming up. It has release 1.3 Amiga Workbench. Yeehaw. And there it is. And indeed, it has 7 megabytes of RAM in it. Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. I do believe there is a limit as to how many RAM boards and things and stuff can be in these things. I think. It's funny, this other RAM board, I gotta look at this here. Oh, this is the one. But, things are falling. It has an awful lot of stuff. In terms of what slot it might go in. Oh yeah. This other one that's in here, it does seem to have, I think, oh maybe not. No, it's empty. Okay, sorry. I was thinking it also, like it's in a bridge card slot, but it's not doing that. It's not. There's not. Okay, so right now it's 7115128 memory, or free memory. I'm going to shut this off. And just because I can and I'm here, let's get warm. I am going to, with great care and reverence, wiggle this memory card out. There it is. It is made by somebody. made by Commodore. I'm not sure the model number exactly, but it does have a tiny little Commodore logo right there on the board. Right there. So now that it's out, just because I can and I'm here, I will take this other board, which is made by Supra, I believe. Yes, it is a Supra for an Amiga 2000 with 2, 4, 6, or 8. And I would like to think that whatever jumpers are in the right place. So I will take this, line it up with the appropriate slot. There's a little kind of a guide at the front, and then there's the oh, do I have? No, I do not have it in the one that I would like it in. I'm one off. Because you also have to have the cover, the blank, off of the thing. And now, once you have it lined up, and there's nothing in the way, you have to just make sure it's just so, and with firm but gentle pressure, push it in. So, it does seem to be in. Let's see what happens. Remember, on pet things and other things, RAM chips are notoriously notorious. So we'll see. We may have to boot it a time or two, but definitely this should have, assuming it comes up and assuming it boots up with the hard drive, which I'm hoping it does, and maybe it will, and maybe it won't. It should have about half. Nope, you didn't get that. Okay. Should have half the memory as what the other one did. I would like to think I don't have to beat on the hard drive all the time. But maybe it just will wake up. I hope. But we'll see. We will see. Nope. I seem to remember this from before. Because when I got this machine, it was empty. And I had other things that I put into it to populate it. And really, I still like the Amiga 2000 the best. I know the others are faster and they come with the whatever, processors, but for friendliness of making additions, like over here is the video place, that's where the toaster can go, and there's just, not there yet. Maybe we're fourth time lucky. Maybe I have to tap the hard drive. But you can't put the cards in and out with the machine on. No. Don't do it. No, 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 no. So I'm thinking. Oh dear. I really don't like hitting this thing, so I'm going to do a reset. Gentle. Okay, I think I heard something. Because right now, without a workbench disk, I can't really see what the memory would be at. Big things are happening. Amiga Workbench release 1.32, version 34.28. And it says that it is now Friday, the 6th of October, 1978. Okay, now, in terms of RAM, okay, I would think it's telling me, I think that there's 9. But either It's been a while. I guess what I really need to do is check the jumpers, because I think it's telling it that it has more than it does. Now, there's also the possibility that one of these other cards also thinks it has RAM. It's possible. Alright, let's turn this off. And once again, it's firm but gentle. So let's get some reading glasses and look for jumpers. Okay. One would hope that they are marked. J1, J2. It makes reference to 3. J3. Alright, well, for this to be aha. It looks like J1 is perhaps in the wrong position. Let me see if I can get that over here. You can see J1 is up there in that side near my face. There's J1 and J2. According to this sheet here, they should both be towards the left. And they are not. You've got to have a little bit of nail here to squeeze these off. Come on. I don't, here's the thing, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's off. I will slide it on. Basically, a jumper is like a little switch. It's just, and you could, in fact, of course, install a switch. Okay, now where is J3? It makes reference to it, but I don't. Oh, there it is. J3. And there's a note here that says, I need a fact sheet on this board. 3 jumpers. Well, all other chips here, number 1 on the right side. Well, I'm not gonna, you know what? It's always best to only change one thing at a time. It's not going to do any harm, as we already know, because it was reading more RAM than it had, but it doesn't hurt anything. So once again, gentle pressure. I'll turn it on. I wonder if I tap this now, if that will help things along. If it will. Anyway, certainly I think that jumper, the one jumper was out of position because it said J1. If it was on the side that it was on, it's saying it has 6 or 8. Oh dear. Here we go again. On J3, there's a question mark. So we'll see. We will see. There may be documentation or a frequently asked question sheet on this board. It wishes there was such a thing. There may be. Okay. Control Amiga. If you did have this thing, the jumpers in the wrong place, and you tried to do things, I'm sure it wouldn't be long before you got some guru meditation. As it tried to access RAM, it wasn't accessible because it wasn't there. I'm just trying to listen for sounds of hard drive things. I tapped it early. I'm trying not to tap it. Maybe it is necessary. This little light here is key. And I don't see it on yet. I do not. Nope. Alright, we're going to try one more time. And then we'll see about the tapping. I think I hear the hard drive now. Not that it was, I think I hear the head moving. I'm just trying to look in here. Do I see anything there? That is the critical spot. And maybe I do, and maybe I don't. I thought I saw something. Oh, there's something flashing. But is it actually booting up? It is not. Okay. So we're going to do a little more. Okay, hang on. I think I'm hearing something now. And that I hear head things moving. I'm trying to look at the yellow. Or sorry, the orange thing here to see. Aha, things are happening. So yeah, I think we got some sticktion issues now. Let's see what this says when it boots. Okay, now it's saying, interesting. Oh, well that's interesting. Because this board actually says it's a 2 meg board. You know what, it may be. Ah, there are jumper things here, but nothing is jumped. Interesting. Interesting. I think me too. Because now it's saying the same 7115128 is when I had that in there. Alright. I think what I need to do is I would say only do one thing once, or only change one thing. If I'm going to take this out, I'm going to send it over here and turn the machine back on as quickly as possible. Hopefully, we won't need to reboot it a whole bunch. But you see, it is very possible that on these other boards, there is RAM. I'm probably pretty sure there is RAM. Okay, we have a hard drive. The hard drive is coming to life. So, well, let's see. What does this say when there's no RAM expansion in here? Aha, okay. So right now, there is 5. So that's funny, but this one... Okay, no, that makes sense. This one, from Commodore, has 2. So that would be 7. But this one here is supposed to be 2, 4, 6, or 8. And it supposedly is half full. So I'm going to take this jumper on jumper number 3. I'm going to slide it over to the same side as what was on the others. There's nothing marking this, but when I put this in with things as it was, oh, okay, hang on a second here. All right. No. Okay. I'm going to move that back. Because in looking at the stuff on the board, it actually may not be as is written here. It may not be. No, it is different. The board is saying 2, 6, and 4, 8, and 2, 4, 6, 8, which means that that original jumper that I had in place is probably, or was probably, right where it should have been. So I will put that jumper back in place. And the machine has 5. Now I'm going to try and be fast. But you don't want to sacrifice speed and break something. Okay, we're in. We're going. I'll just do this. So, the jumper 1, is incorrectly marked on this fact sheet. It is. Which means, it is coming up. Which means that indeed, the board that was in there, which is 2, would mean that this machine has 7. And now, indeed, it thinks it has 9. Why? Because it does have 9. Because it has 5 here, and 4 here. Alright, I need to find a pen or a marker and correct this. So it is not 2, 4, 6, 8 as is on here. See, this says 2 or 4, 6 or 8 on jumper number 1. This is not as it should be. It is, I don't understand why, but it's actually 2-6 and 4-8 on the board. Ta-da! So I have made that correction. And that is why I actually had it perfectly fine. But according to the notes here, I did not. But I had it quite fine. So, it's good. Alright. So, it does seem that this memory card is working, although I have not had a chance to test it or test anything or do much of anything here. One thing I suppose I could do, just for fun, to see if this disk seems to be something, is to pop this disk in the drive, see what comes up. Backup 1. Interesting. Alright, well, with no mouse connected, I do not at this moment have the patience to do other things to this. As in, not that I don't have mice here, but my voice is starting to go again. And I will put this sticktion tool away. You might have seen it used to cut the power supply cords, or the cords off power supplies for the Commodore 64, but really it's to help hard drives come alive. Ugh. Anyway, So here we have an Amiga 2000, which is really more like a 2500, although it's not a 2500 because it doesn't have the Commodore accelerator. It has a different accelerator. It now has 9 megabytes of RAM. It has a somewhat broken keyboard, or missing keycaps. It is connected to an 1802 monitor through a 520 adapter, and the only difference would be without the 520 adapter, would stick 6 inches out the back, which is a real pain. Why they didn't put it in, I don't know. I guess so they said, hey, you know what? We'll have it come out in black and white, and we can make this other thing and sell it. Anyway, if I were to unplug this, which I may do, not unplug the thing, but unplug the cable. Hello, unplug the cable. And I know, don't do things like this with the thing turned on, but if I were to take this and plug it into the mono output, we would see the Amiga screen in a mono, basically grayscale thing, which is not nearly as good as color. But anyway, it's the way it is. So, all right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I will see what else I can do about this sticky hard drive. Because certainly if I put the cover back on this machine, a sticky hard drive is not necessarily a good thing. Certainly, you wouldn't want to have it where, yeah, I just got to take the cover off and hit the hard drive a time or two. But it is what it is. So, once again, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here in the box room. This effort here is getting this cleared off, as will this monitor, etc. And other things they gotta go. But also there's another box here on the floor that now has a whole bunch of things in it. And they too will have to be moved and other stuff shuffled so I can get back to having this much more accessible, so I can bring something in, test it out, sort it out, resolve it, and then move on and not leave things around. That is the plan. I think another thing, of course, is there's the shelf out in the hallway here. And it's got a lot of stuff, and it doesn't have to have that bunch of stuff. It could be that what I should end up doing is having prepare stuff out there. And then I can say, oh, okay, what do I need today? And I can grab the things I need, bring them in, to test whatever, to put them back out so that the desk remains clear. What a beautiful thought. What a beautiful thought. There is, remember, in these discs, by the way, there was something called the 2058 RAM tester thing. I don't know what this board is. Hang on. Where did I put the glasses? I know it has a Commodore logo. And it may be. Well, it has a lot of RAM chips. Well, it says A2500002 megabyte RAM. And it was made in Hong Kong. We're at assembled in Hong Kong. Quality control path. All these funky little stickers. And that's handy, and that's good. It is. Anyway. Alright. Enough for now. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again soon. Back in the box room, where progress, albeit very slowly, is being made. Bye for now. Don't do that.